Don't tell anybody, but I'm wearing pants under this. Can you tell? It was chilly today, but now it's like kind of warm, so I'm gonna have to shed layers. But I'm wearing capri yoga pants. And you can't even tell. I gotta disguise as like, you know, a stylish hiker. All right, let's go. Hey guys, so today we're going to dive into a topic that I don't think we've talked about or that people in general talk about enough in van life. The expectations versus reality of what it's like to live on the road full time in a van with your partner. So I created some talking points and I'm going to say them right now. So in this video, I'm kind of just going to break down some of the expectations that we had for van life before starting van life, and now we've been on the road for how many months now? 5 months, almost 6 months. And these are just some expectations that we had and the realities of those expectations. So spoiler alert, just because you move into a van and are living your dream of traveling full time doesn't mean that all of your problems disappear. It also doesn't mean that your personality is going to shift into this like woohoo van life or hippie. You're still going to have the same personality. For example, I thought that once I was on the road, I was going to be out in nature in the woods amongst the beauty. And I was going to be one of those yogis that's like, yeah, I go to sleep with the moon and I wake up with the sun. But no, I still snooze my alarm and I still stay in bed scrolling when I wake up, procrastinating getting up, and come out once it's like 10 a.m. on days that I don't have to be up early for work. And on the days that I do have to be up early for work, I don't like have my little morning routine. I just roll out of bed into my seat on my laptop, make a coffee if I have enough time. That's just the realities of it. No one's really going to be there to push you to wake up and have a routine if you've never been the type of person to have a morning routine. And I really want to change that. So in the next coming weeks, I'm going to try to slowly get into a morning routine that works for me. Another expectation that I had that is very different from the reality. When I was watching like all these van lifers on YouTube for years, they all seemed to have like a sense of community on the road and like friends, and they would do caravans, and we haven't met anybody. It's been kind of lonely. Like, other than having Jordan, obviously, we love each other, but I also enjoy having friends, and I don't get to see those friends, and I don't have friends on the road. And I'm also kind of like an introvert. We both are, so when it comes to meeting people, it's hard for us to put ourselves out there. Like, I've always been the type of person to have a very select few people in my life that I'm really, really close to. If we met people at campsites and talked to them for a little bit, but it's like a very temporary thing, especially if they already have like their caravan thing going on and they're already in a group. It's intimidating when it's just us being like, hey, what's up? It's just like a little awkward, you know? And then I've always been like the type of person to be kind of on the quiet side until I get to know you and then I open up. But if you're meeting someone on the road, don't know if they're gonna be gone tomorrow, like it's hard to get that connection. So I also thought I would be a more active person. Like I would just, you know, get up, go for a run, go for a walk, hike all the time. But we have limited water source, so we can't shower every single day in the van, like a full deep shower. I don't want to get like a super sweaty workout in if I can't take a proper deep clean shower every day. I don't know, that's just me. And I'm just lazy, to be honest. Like the kind of active things that I like are probably like dancing. I guess I could come outside and dance by myself. I don't know if that's weird. Maybe I should start doing that, like just put headphones on and frolic in the woods to like dubstep. I don't know. Is that weird?
I guess maybe I expected us to like on the weekend or like during the week get out more and like do more hikes in the area, but the reality is most of the places that we're at, like we walked around where we're at already and there's not really any hiking to be done unless we hike the road. So yeah, it's just stuff like that. Like I kind of assumed we'd be more active, but I find myself like getting off of work already tired from waking up at like 6 a.m. to like not doing anything or maybe playing my game.
We went on a couple really hard hikes, and at the end of it, we're like, that was beautiful, but I'm never doing that again because it was like so hard. But then like we should push each other to do more. Like on the weekends when we do go to a nice place to explore, we will do like a hike or two, and then we'll like justify not doing anything during the week because we're like, oh, but we did that hard hike this weekend, even though it's important to move your body every day. So lately we have been trying to go on at least 30-minute little strolls in the evenings after work just to get our blood flowing and to walk Charles and get him more active too. So if you're not already an active person before you get into van life, you're not automatically going to be like this rock climbing girl. It's like, that's just not going to happen. And I kind of was a little delulu. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a morning person. I'm going to wake up with the sun. I'm going to be super active every day. I'm going to get a six-pack. Literally, no. I was like, I'm gonna be off the grid, so I'm probably not really gonna have service. So I'm gonna turn into a reader. I'm gonna read all the time. We have Starlink, and then I'll read like a chapter, and then my ADD has gotten really bad because of TikTok and social media. That my attention span has turned into like the attention span of a goldfish, and I can't read more than a few chapters without going on some kind of social media because I get bored. So I need to like intentionally be like, okay, tonight after 8 p.m. I'm gonna shut everything down and I'm just gonna read my book. And that's been really nice. I've been doing that this week. I'm currently reading a book called Local Woman Missing for those spooky Halloween vibes. Another expectation was like, I'm gonna turn into this granola girl and like be super healthy and eat like trail mix and no junk food, which is not true. That's not happened. I mean, the good thing is that once you're in the middle of the woods for a week, like we pack up to camp and we stay in the same spot pretty much all week because we work like 8 to 5. During the week, if we want like crumble cookies, we're screwed. We can't leave the campsite to drive an hour to go get crumble cookies. We're kind of like stuck with what we have. So if you have a craving and you don't have anything, like if you didn't prepare from the grocery store and buy like chocolate chips and baking goods, you're not going to satisfy your sweet tooth. And that's kind of annoying, but at the same time it's good because you stay healthy. Or you overcompensate being like, I had such a big sweet tooth last week, and when you go to the grocery store you buy all the Halloween cookies and all the cinnamon rolls, and then you binge on them in the woods. So I guess it's just about like finding healthy balance. Also like cooking, I used to cook a lot more intricate meals back when I lived in an apartment or house, because I had a dishwasher. I could just use as many dishes as I wanted. I had so much counter space. If you use a ton of dishes, you're gonna have to hand wash all those dishes, and you're gonna have to use a lot of water to wash those dishes, and you only have a certain amount of water you could use a week, so you have to kind of limit how many dishes you use because you don't want to waste all your water on dishes. Take a shot every time I say dishes. But I think overall have become kind of healthier, except like when you're on the road for long spurts of time. If we see a Chick-fil-A, we're stopping for Chick-fil-A, you know? And I'm not getting a salad, I'm getting chicken nuggets and french fries. Taco Bell has pretty good breakfast though. Like they have the crunch wrap and you can put hash browns in it, like potatoes. It's so good. See what I mean? Like you can't avoid it. On days that we like go out and explore and we come back later, I'm like, I really don't feel like cooking. We should stop and get food because then that means no dishes. And I'm lazy, so let's get some food. So, you know, sometimes if we're like in a cute little town or city, we eat out a little more than I normally would because I don't want to do dishes. I feel like this whole video comes down to being lazy. Like, I'm just lazy. Another expectation that we had was saving a lot of money.
I also thought that maybe it would be like a little cheaper. I guess inflation right now just it's not possible. I mean, last week's groceries cost us like $300 between gas and groceries, and then like, yeah, maybe we are saving a little bit, but definitely not saving like van payment, insurance, internet. I mean, it is worth it. I just expected it to be a little cheaper than what we're at right now. And maybe, you know, maybe at one point it will, you know, once the effects of everything wear off and inflation goes back down. You know, we've been doing it for like 4 to 5 months now. We've been to like 7 national parks, getting to see like just different environments and ecosystems. It's really nice, you know. If we didn't do this, I probably would have never have experienced any of this. I think the most I've traveled was to like Florida before this, so.
But all that said, I feel like I am a lot happier on the road. Like van life is honestly made me really happy. Like sometimes I'll just look at a mountain where we are and be like, wow, I can't believe we're here. This is so nice. And to be able to do this while we're still young, like, because we will hike and we're already dying, but we're 30 years old. Like, I can't imagine doing that at 70 after retirement. Like, that would be crazy. I do need to get in better shape though, because I do want to be able to do those things when I'm older. Yeah, so I feel like if you really want to test your relationship, do van life, because you realize if you're meant to be with that person or if you're not. Like if you still love them and you're living in a tiny space for 5 months and you still get along, that's a good thing. If you don't, then you have your answer in a shorter amount of time.
If you got any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, we appreciate you watching the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow, all the fake fans gon' pile up. I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go